What exactly do you think happened to the D.C. madam? Do you think she committed suicide?
She told me on air she would never commit suicide, and then she told me off air. I pressed her off air during the breaks, and I talked to her a few times, also not just on the radio, but at her home over the phone. And she said, that's ridiculous. I'll never kill myself. I am being followed. You know, they might try to kill me. Then I talked to Wayne Madsen, who's an investigative journalist in D.C., and I've talked to two of her lawyers. And on record, she said, if I'm killed, I want an investigation. If they say it's suicide, it's murder. So we have her lawyers. We have another investigative journalist that met with her at dinner with the lawyers as a witness to this, who I've known for years before this happened, who I trust, Wayne Madsen. And then we have, all these other people she talked to, like the manager of the condominiums where she lived in Florida. She said, okay, I'm going to pay you for 6 months. I'm going to send you another check. I'm going to be in about 5 to 6 years. I'm going to be out. God is going to put pressure on my mother, but I'm going to go visit her before I have to go into jail and leave some papers there for safekeeping. And then she hung herself in her mother's shed, which would totally freak her mother out. And everybody that knew her, she was really ladylike and, really into her etiquette. I mean, she would never do that to her mother. And then some crime reporter who there's no evidence she ever talked to, who's been known for putting out disinfo, comes out and says, oh, she told me she'd commit suicide before she went to jail. So that's the only witness they have, and it's not on tape. I have her on my show on tape. And so the bottom line is she knew who the clients were, and she had told others that it was Dick Cheney, but she'd done that off record. She was like, she would say on the phone to me, just leave me alone, guys. I just wanted to move to Germany. I don't know why you're doing this to me. And I advised her on air and off. I said, listen, you need to go ahead and release all this now. And I said, and don't tell anybody you're going to release it. Just come on the air and do it with somebody, or they're going to kill you. And she was getting ready to write a tell-all book. You can't do that. They'd ruined her. I know she needed money to live on, and I think she was a really nice lady. It's just dead men or dead women tell no tales. And so that's why she told me that they were, that if she died, it would be murder.
How do you think Scott McClellan got away with writing his book?
Well, Scott McClellan comes from a very powerful family, and in a way the book is somewhat apologetic. Like, it sounds like it's an extreme, but it's really kind of a whitewash in a way. And also you have a larger power structure above the Bushes, kind of the global corporate state, and they're not happy with some of the things the neocons have done. They've really torn things up and discredited the state a lot. So Bush is somewhat of a puppet for the global corporate system, and so they don't mind him being drugged through the ringer. But they don't want something like prostitutes with the vice president and with defense secretaries coming out in the news. They do not want that